Renee Noor, model, creative director, founder of Global Women Wealth Warriors, Wellness Hub, and GW3 Magazine. I dedicated my life and devoted my career into helping women and girls to achieving their goals. I've been passionate about empowering women and enriching men. This opportunity in working with the Global Women Wealth Warriors have afforded me the pleasure of traveling outside of the country to be a support unit, most importantly, to help impact and change lives. Our ultimate purpose is to help others to become whole from finance, spiritual, mental, as well as physical. We know there are challenges and obstacles to get you to the next level. However, it's time for you to level up, boss up, and welcome to Power to Soar. Welcome, everyone. I'm Renee Noor, the founder of the Global Women Wealth Warriors, and we're so excited. We are officially live right now. If you're watching us on YouTube or if you're right on Facebook, we're so excited to be here for this special edition for our Lunch and Soar. Today, we have a special guest. Not only we're excited to welcome Mr. Wally Green to the center of the stage, but we're excited to learn so much about this giant. He has traveled the globe in being able to be a successful young entrepreneur. He's partnered up with certain relationships such as the Susan Sarandon, as well as many others with his adventures as well as his endeavors. But what I love so much, he's a TEDx speaker, motivator. He's not even at the age of 40 and he's still blazing the universe with his skill sets. Without further ado, let's welcome the man to the center stage today, Mr. Wally Green. Oh my goodness, Wally, how are you doing today, my friend?
Hey, I'm great.
Oh my God, how are you? You're so adorable. Well, I want you to speak a little louder so everybody in the clubhouse can hear you, as well as on YouTube, as well as Facebook. So you're right now, Wally, you're in New York City. Is that right?
Yes. I live in New York City all my life, born and raised.
Born and raised right in New York City. So, I want you to definitely tell us how this man right now, you're like the center of attention no matter where you go, but you're so humble as well. And you remind me of, I'm going to say it now, don't get me wrong when I say you could probably be my son, Wally. You know that? Oh my goodness. But we're going to have a great conversation, Wally. You have done something that most people are just like so surprised to see. I was talking to the team earlier. I think you have your speaker. Do you have your speaker open? Because there's a little bit of feedback.
There's a little feedback? Okay.
Yeah. You remind me of the story with, I was just talking about the man himself, and we were thinking about Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump in the movie, he actually was this amazing ping pong champion. And what was so great about Forrest Gump, that helped him to take him around the globe, being that champion. And he was so disciplined. And of course it was a movie, but you know what? You're living that movie right out loud and in color. So Wally, tell everybody more about you. How did you get started? And why ping pong? Please tell us.
Yeah, that's actually a really crazy story because I actually hated ping pong. I never liked ping pong as a kid growing up. In my they actually had it. You know what? They actually had it in my high school. And at the time, I was playing football, basketball. I played all sports because sports was a way to kind of numb the abuse that I was going through at home. I grew up with a very narcissistic stepfather who used to beat up my mom and myself. And I had two outlets. One was the gang's guns, and the other one was sports. And I played a lot of aggressive sports because that's how I got a lot of the anger out. And I used to make fun of kids playing ping pong. But to make a long story short, because this could take definitely forever, I found ping pong at a pool hall. I was shooting pool Some kids were playing. I was playing pool, and I got hustled for some money. Got upset, broke my pool stick on the table, and when I was a kid, I used to blame everyone for everything that happened to me. So I saw these kids playing ping pong, the sport that I hated, and I kind of went over there to bully them. So I went over there and I said, "Hey, I want to get a hit." And they said, "Do you play this?" I said, "No, I don't play this sport." And I said, "Just give me the racket." So I took the paddle. They hit the ball to me, and out of anger, I was actually trying to hit the kid with the ball, and the ball went on the table instead of hitting the kid. And then the kid goes, "Oh my God, that's crazy! That was a great shot. You should go check out this ping pong club." And I went and checked out. Eventually, I went and checked out a club where people actually played, and the thing that got me interested in this sport was that when I got there, I saw people playing. It wasn't that because they were really great and they were standing back from the table making these great shots. It was that they were all people of color, which was kind of strange to me because at that time I thought only Asians played ping pong. So when I saw, brothers and sisters playing, I was like, wait a minute, black people play this? And that's how I got interested. And that was where my interest started the first time.
Wow, that's an awesome interest right there, and that's an awesome way to really step out. While Renee is coming back,
Oh my goodness.
preparing to come back in.
Yes.
Mr. Wally, tell me this: what was it about seeing people like you play that game, play that sport that really energized you? What was it that sparked on the inside of you when you saw other people that looked like you doing the same thing?
Well, because first of all, I thought that ping pong was like this lame kind of nerdy sport. That's what I always believed it was. And secondly, as I mentioned before, I thought only Asians played ping pong. Because when you think about ping pong, you think about Asians. And I thought Asians played it. And we don't play that. And when I walked in there and saw black people playing, it was incredible. I was like, wait a minute, black people actually play this sport? There's no way. And I'm watching them, they were all from the islands, from Jamaica, from Africa, from all over, and they were playing and they were strong and they were making these points. And just the fact that someone who looked like me actually played this sport made me all of a sudden think a totally different way. Like, wait a minute, this sport is not as lame as I thought it was because they're playing. Oh, this sport's got to be cool if they're playing. So now I definitely want to get in on this. So that's how.
Well, absolutely love your story. Wally, can you guys hear me right now? Can you see me? I don't think you guys can see me. Hold on. Let's see. Can you guys see me? Wally?
Yep, I can see.
Okay. I said, love your story. Thanks for sharing. Interesting that you took your anger and you fueled that anger into now reaching something that's even better. You've been able to overcome some of your tragedy in your life, and now you're in the bliss of going through your triumph. Now, share with us, how many years has it been since you found yourself here? And then, of course, you've traveled the globe. You've gone to, several parts of the Asian market, alongside with just around the globe. Being able to see not only people that don't look like you, but also appreciating people that look like you. And I know you have a great story because you and we talk all the time, and you was just sharing with me when you went to one of the markets or one of the parts of the world, how everybody was just so enamored by looking at you. How did it make you feel as well? So tell us all of that. I want to know.
Yeah, so I've been doing this for a long time. I think I want to say it's almost 20 years probably. And when I travel out of the country to go play in different countries, I'm usually the only black guy there. And that's pretty funny because it's seeing other black people playing is what got me started. But usually in the world, when I play internationally, I'm usually the only or one of very few black people that play this sport at a pro level. And it's always interesting, right? Because people assume that I should be a rapper or assume that I should be a basketball player, and everybody wonders why I'm playing this sport. It's really funny. So because in other countries they perceive us, as rappers, basketball players, football players, not as ping pong players, right?
Right.
So for a while, like when I was coming up, in the pro circuit, I would get a lot of people come up to me and say, uh, "Why you don't play basketball, or why you don't rap?" Right? Because I when I first started as a pro, I was actually one of the worst pros on the circuit. So I wasn't playing really well, and it was a whole mindset thing that I fixed later. But people would always say, "You sure you want to play this sport? You should play basketball." They assumed it, and also the media in different countries were intrigued by me because they also assumed that I should be playing basketball or I should be a rapper. So like even in China, when I would go to China, I would always get my matches on a TV table. And I kept telling them, stop putting me on a TV table. I don't need to be on the TV table. Put me on the corner table somewhere. And they kept saying, no, you're good for TV. Right. And what they meant was that I didn't fit the mold of what a ping pong player would look or be like. And I was totally different. Like I brought something very different to the world of ping pong. I brought this cool energy, this hip. I brought the swag, I brought the style to a sport that was, kind of boring.
Yeah. Well, I gather that story can also relate to some of our others when you think about the Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods was also that disruptor in the game of golf, as well as even the Venus and Serena, the sisters there. They totally were the disruptors when it came down to tennis. So now looking at you, like you said, it's just a wow factor. You are a wow factor. And just to see how you have this charisma holding this paddle in your hand and taking charge with the ball. You know what I really love though? I love how you guys have fused this whole energy together and creating a lounge, a restaurant all around the globe. So talk to us about the relationship, how you kind of like fast forward, and then we could go into other components in regarding to you receiving your awards, your accomplishments, and even just walking the streets over there in Asia, how they look up to you as like the icon, but you are an icon. And you know what? It's so funny when you talk about 20 years ago. I'm like, really, 20 years ago? You look every bit of 25, and you're talking about 20 years ago. So I have to ask this question: how old are you, Wally? If that's okay.
Secret.
Okay, I love it.
I'm
Keep it there. I'm okay with
in
that.
my 30s.
Huh?
I have a lot of Gen Z followers on TikTok.
Yes,
So I
I
got to
think
keep
that's
my age in the 20s.
yes, I love it. And that's what you look like. Okay, just keep it there. When we talk about 20 years ago, one of the greatest things as a world traveler, when you are able to see different sports all around the world, the last one you would probably think about is playing ping pong that takes you around the globe. So, with that paddle and that ball, how many times have you practiced? I want to know
Wow.
what is like your regimen like?
Wow. So like they have this saying of 10,000 hours to master anything. I have way more than 10,000 hours. Like I used to, when I was training, first of all, I would travel to train. So I trained in China, I trained in Japan, I trained in Korea, trained in Germany. And depending on what country I was in, was the amount of training you did. So if I was in China, we trained 9 hours a day, 3 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon, and 3 in the evening. Right. If I was in Japan, probably 6 hours a day. So it'd be 2 and 2. Right. In Germany, probably the same. In America, probably less.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That though, but it's true.
and we're talking about probably
Yeah.
if I was in China, 6 days a week.
Hmm.
And then maybe the Sunday is like the rest day. Japan also 6 days a week.
Hmm.
Germany would be like maybe 5, and then America would be less.
Or maybe, right?
But
At
yeah,
least
it's
the
it's
4 days. Yeah. The work ethics, I must say, the discipline that Asians have is remarkable. And that helps you to also be the star that you are today. That helps you as the pro athlete that you are, because now you understand the consistency having discipline, because you have to have a lot of discipline, but also staying humble. Now, I understand you, alongside with some of those others, have partnered up, and now you have an incredible restaurant. I've had the opportunity of literally working in a movie with Susan Sarandon, which was The Client. That's the movie that they did right out of New Orleans. So, how has it been for you to partner up with the incredible, iconic Miss Susan Sarandon? Please share.
Oh man, it was definitely amazing because I remember the first time. I remember the first time we actually met her.
Uh-huh.
So we used to do these ping pong parties in a loft apartment in Tribeca, and that's how we started our business. They were just it first just started out of like I would call you up, say, "Hey Renee, what's up? We have a ping pong table at the apartment. Come over, bring some beer, bring some wine, bring some food. We're just gonna play ping pong and listen to music." And that's how it started. And it just got really huge. It got so big to where everyone started telling everyone else, and it got big to where we had a line out of the apartment going around the building.
Wow.
The owner didn't like that too much though, but yeah, but and we met Susan because one of my partner's friend is Susan's assistant, and she needed a video edited for Tim Robbins' birthday at the time. And the friend said, "Hey, I know these guys in the loft. They have this great party with ping pong." And by that time, we already had sponsors. Like we were getting free alcohol, beer, vodka, and then we would say, "Okay, we can't, you can't charge money and for alcohol in an apartment, but you can give it away free." So we had an official thing that we would actually charge $20 to get in, and all you can drink. And so Susan came to the apartment, and I remember the first day I walked in, I saw this lady sitting down, and I was like, "You look familiar."
Mhm.
And I didn't realize at first it was Susan Sarandon in the apartment. Yeah, and eventually, all good things come to an end. We had to get out of the apartment because the owner wanted to sell it, and we thought, we don't want to leave this like this. We want to take it to the next level, right? We don't really know much about business, but we do have Susan, so let's come up with a business plan, and we'll give it to Susan, and if she likes it, we don't see why she wouldn't help us, to start. And that's exactly what happened. We came with a business plan. We gave it to her. She loved the idea. She loves ping pong, and she helped us find the investors and our first location, which is on 23rd Street. And that's how it started.
Which is awesome. You asked. You were not afraid to ask. And that's the key. We talk about that all the time, the importance of asking. The greatest opportunity for you, not only to have her as a partner right there in New York City, you're in several different markets as well. Where are some of the other locations?
Oh, so we have a total of 9 locations. We have 2 in New York, right? So one on 23rd, one on 54th. We got Baltimore, not Baltimore, sorry, Boston, which we just did a grand opening for. We got Boston, we got DC, we got Seattle, we got San Francisco, we got Chicago, we got Toronto, and there's probably one more that I'm missing.
Well, we definitely have to go and visit because we have ladies in Chicago as well as Toronto, Canada, even in the DC area. And you got to come to Atlanta. Let me tell you, guys truly have to come to Atlanta. So
Yeah.
talk about that. We would love to help you with the launch of that one.
Philly was the one that I was missing.
Oh, Philly. Okay, yeah. I was listening to the boys, Uptown. Who are those guys? Boys to Men. Yeah, I was listening to their music just the other day. Yeah, Philly. I love Philadelphia. Actually, I used to live up north. It was just too cold for me, Wally. Way too cold. I'm a Southern Belle from New Orleans, and I know my spot. I gotta stay somewhere where it's nice and warm. But yeah, I was up there up north when they had over 46 inches of snow. I said, I'm out of here. I cannot do it. No way. That's
I
way
agree.
too much. Yes. Well, you know what's so great? You've been able to evolve. You've been able to reinvent yourself despite all of what people probably you probably could have given up. But instead, you saw opportunities just kept coming at you. And now you are known as one of the iconic TikTok viewer. I mean, you're like the man when it comes down to TikTok. Tell us, where did that come from? Please, we love to know.
Oh, yeah. So the TikTok journey is actually a really funny one.
Okay.
I'm very, very competitive in everything that I do, and I think that comes from being a pro athlete. But more so, it comes from my abusive stepfather. So that's where all this comes from. Like I said, I grew up every day with my stepfather telling me you'll be dead, you'll be in jail, you're going to fail, you're not going to be successful, just putting me down every single day. So I still hear those words till today. And those words is what propel me and motivate me for anything. So if someone says you can't do this, that's my stepfather telling me that I can't do it. And so I just try to motivate myself and even if I can't do it, I'll get it done. So for the example of TikTok, I actually was never into social media. Actually, I had my Instagram private up until the pandemic. We didn't have anything to do. Someone told me about Clubhouse, and I came on Clubhouse because I wanted to book more podcasts. And somehow, your phones listen to you and all this podcast stuff come up. And that's how someone invited me to Clubhouse. And then during the process of Clubhouse, as I was telling my story and doing podcasts, someone mentioned to me, "Oh, you should get on TikTok." And I was like, "Nah, I'm not getting on TikTok. Are you crazy?" I said, "TikTok has a bunch of like kids doing dumb dances. I'm not getting on that." And they're like, No, you should. It's actually for everybody." And so, I looked at it a little bit, and then there was a certain creator who was on Clubhouse at the time, and who was actually pretty big on TikTok. And then, I reached out and said, "Hey, I need some help." And the person wasn't really trying to help. They weren't trying to be helpful. And the person also told me that there's no way that I could grow my TikTok page with my niche. That's what they told me. Okay, and it's kind of sucks if someone's trying to do something and then you try to shut it down. But that gave me memories of my stepfather telling me, "Yeah, there's no way you can do this. No way you can do that." And so I told the person, I says, "Listen, not only am I going to start this TikTok." So I started this TikTok just 100% based off of someone telling me I couldn't do it and it wouldn't be successful. I started TikTok and I said, "What you don't know about me is that I'm an international athlete. So I have an international following. And I'm not going to use my international following." I said, "I'm not going to use any of my international following. I'm going to grow this page from scratch with all people who are going to follow me or people who don't play this sport." And they were like, "No way, it's impossible. Impossible." And listen, in less than a year, I've like almost tripled the amount of followers that this particular person has. So yeah, it's just me always having to prove myself wrong or prove anyone wrong who says I can't do something.
I love that. Not only did you take ownership of who you were, it's like when you know your purpose and you know your value, you don't allow anyone to knock you down. And you didn't stop. That's one of the great things I love about you. Not only were you disciplined, but you were totally committed. And
Yes.
now you're probably outbeating them with your numbers. 20 million viewers. 20 million. Okay, so
Maybe even more.
you
I just checked my stats. I have
yes.
5 million in the last 60 days.
Guys, if you haven't shared this information out, if you're in the clubhouse, you need to share the information out. If you are on YouTube, if you're right there on Facebook, right now we have an amazing iconic, I'm calling you my iconic son, okay? Because you're every bit of that. I mean, you have not only gone against the odds, you've gone against people telling you what you can't do. You literally have to deal with that over and over again. And I know some people would not be able to get past go because they're constantly holding back or holding on to what people think of them or what they would say of them. Here you are, you push past your fears, you push past the naysayers, as well as you push past everything that was blocking you, and look what you've been able to accomplish right now. So you are doing this on a regular basis, being able to get these many viewers. Is that correct?
Yes, yes, yes. And then I think the most important part of it as well is I did it my way.
Mm,
I did it the way I wanted to do. I did it the way that I was passionate about. Like a lot of times, people will tell you a lot of different things and you'll hear a lot of different things. But at
yeah.
the end of the day, you got to do it your way. You got to do what makes sense to you, right? I might tell you something and it might not go with what you're doing, right? Then you don't say, oh, because Wally's this big person and what he said is gold. No, it's not gold. It's just an idea. And if it doesn't fit with your idea of what you're doing, then don't do it. So that's why I was able to grow, because I did it exactly my way.
I love it. So I have to ask this question. How many times did it take you before you went viral on TikTok? Because yeah, like you said, I would look at TikTok. I even have a TikTok account. I promise you, I haven't done anything with this TikTok account. But because of you, I told you I'm willing to get out of my way in order for us to do something
Let's
different.
go.
Okay, so let's go, let's go, let's go. How many times did it take you to be able to put those? Because sometimes what I heard, yeah, and I have a lot of videos. Oh
Yeah.
my God, Wally, I have a lot of videos. And even on my Instagram, I get pretty much good views on the Instagram, but I'm told TikTok is like a whole nother beast. So let's
Yeah.
talk about it. How many times did it take you to get that right one? And lo and behold, it just blew up.
All right. So here's one of the tips. This is one of the best tips that I can give. And not only for TikTok, I think for all social media in general, right? The goal is, of course, everyone wants to go viral, but that's not the most important thing. The most important thing is to be authentic in sharing the message that you want to share. That's first, right? So if you have something to share and it's very important and you're passionate about it, this is the goal, is to share that message, to reach as many people as you can. Even if you reach 5 people, if 5 people get touched by your message and something in their life has changed, then that's a message well worth it. Now, in the process, we can go viral, right? But you shouldn't make videos to go viral, right? You should make videos to help someone, to reach out to someone, to make someone laugh, to to just kind of like, put stuff out there that people will enjoy, sharing your message. That's why we make the videos, right? If you make videos only with the idea to go viral, then it's going to be really difficult for you. And when you see those low numbers, it's gonna like put you in a funk, because your mind is saying, I need to make these viral videos, but they're not going viral, right? None of them are going viral. So then it puts you down. So that's the first tip I want to say. Make videos that you're passionate about. Make videos because you want people to see them. You want them to enjoy them. You want them to laugh. You want maybe them to change their life. You want maybe them to learn something. That's why we make the videos. And if in the process they go viral, that's even great, because that can also help you figure out what's the next video, or how can I make a video that's similar.
So with that being the case, I'm taking notes over here, I'm taking notes. It's like, don't just focus on being viral. Look for
Yeah.
adding value. How can you add value? Look for ways of being a solution, or also look for ways of making someone happy, making someone laugh, being able to have a really good time. In our group with the GW3 Global Society, we have different personalities all around. I mean, from our beautiful artist, Miss Yolanda Christensen, who was just a true, I always say, you know what? You need to go viral, show people how you actually create these amazing masterpieces. We also have, oh my God, another one of our artists, which is Thais Mills. For our GW3 Global Society, we actually did our dream board party. And one of the elements in it, we were able to do painting together. We were pouring into each other. So that could be truly something that could be able to, because it was not just us painting, but we were able to give each other affirmations and how we're pouring into specific things of what it is we're doing. So that was able to add value as well. And it was just so beautiful. I've never done that before at all, Wally. And I thought that was something really awesome. And you know what the cool part about it? We also did it with the kids. We had the young kids. So Malika Starr had her beautiful children with us, alongside with Miss Thais Mills, and they too were able to pour right back into each other. So that could be something that could be done. So let me ask you this question. When it comes down to this whole TikTok, is there a timeline? We have a little bit of a feedback. maybe you want to turn the volume down.
Oh, it's good now.
You know, like with Instagram, you can drop something that's probably like 15 seconds or 30 seconds. With TikTok, is there like a timeline?
I mean, you can drop a 3 to 5 minute video if you wanted to, but I always say, like, if you're just starting out and it's your first time and you haven't, you haven't developed that community yet, I would say, 7 to 15 the most, right? If you want to push, you can push 30 seconds, but no longer than that. I mean, because you don't really have a community yet, and people just quickly want to get information really quickly and go on to the next video. So if the video is too long, you'll lose some of that retention time, and that's bad. You want people to watch your entire video. So I give this analogy. I say, now I'm not telling people to go make 1 second videos. That's what not to do. This is just an analogy. If you post a 1 second video, right, and you post and you have 100 people come watch that 1 second video, what's your average watch time? It's 100%, right? Because as soon as they click on, that's 1 second, that video is watched. Now, let's say someone decides they want to leave a comment, like say, oh, this was such an amazing video, right? How many seconds does it take to leave that comment, right? Maybe 3 seconds. So now that one view became 3 views because your videos always play in the background as people are commenting, right? So you want to keep your videos nice, short, and sweet, and also make videos that people will comment on. Because I see some people, they make great videos, but the videos aren't getting the engagement. And you need that engagement, because that engagement is what's going to put you on the For You page. The engagement is what's going to make your video viral.
I love it. Well, you're going to do something for us behind the scene. You're going to literally take us off of these live apps, and we're going to go into a deeper dive in our Zoom with the GW3 Society, and you're going to give us the inside scoop on how to truly do it. I want to ask this question because, like, for some people who are on Instagram, they're on TikTok, Facebook, as well as LinkedIn. Will all of those social media outlets receive the same followers, or will they receive the same outcome? Like, let me just ask this question. You're very popular on TikTok, but how are you where it relates to some of the other social medias? Do you have the same, ratio with some of your customers in that space?
So for me, like I mentioned before, I never did social media. So I had an Instagram page for 15 years, I think, and it was always private. So I just opened my Instagram during the pandemic because of Clubhouse, right? So Instagram is an interesting kind of application, right? If I was active from when I had it, I'd probably have 500K followers, right? But I was never active at all. I never liked the video. I never commented on the video until the pandemic. And so it's very hard to grow. And then I'm also not consistent on Instagram. For me, my Instagram was open mainly for Clubhouse. Before Clubhouse had a back channel, so people could DM me. Now, because of TikTok, is why I started posting once in a while on Instagram. And my Instagram is very different than my TikTok. So my Instagram, because it's I don't use it much, you're gonna see more of my serious side. So my TEDx stuff, podcast stuff, more me giving inspirational quotes. That's more my Instagram, and I post maybe once every 2 weeks. Like I made an amazing post today, actually, as part of a trend, but I post once 2 weeks. TikTok, I post every single day, and then I made a goal for myself. I like making. I make goals for everything, and I make goals that are just out of hands reach, so I can push myself. So last 2 weeks ago, I had about, I think it's 85.6 thousand followers, right? And that's within a year and 2 months of me posting only one time a day. Okay, if I were to post 5 times a day, maybe I have 500K. But I'm not about just the quantity. I want to put stuff out that I actually like. And so I post one time a day. And last week I was at 85. And I said, you know what? The end of the year is coming. I need to get to 100. Oh, this is no, 3 weeks ago I said this. I need to get to 100K by the end of the year. And going from 85 to 100K is not that easy,
No, it's
right?
like 15,000 people.
15,000 people. But I
Yeah.
said, I'm going to do it. And I said, I'm going to put my head to it. And I'm going to focus on my content. I'm going to focus on, now is when the time I said, I'm going to focus on videos that I know will go viral. So in the last 3 weeks, I have 3 videos that are going to hit 1 million in the last 3 weeks. And the reason I made this goal was because, it'll push me to work harder, right? So now I'm in my TikTok. I'm looking at videos that I know that I was passionate about. I'm looking at videos that I knew that should have went viral that didn't go viral. So I have 3 videos, 3 particular ones that I knew has to go viral and didn't. And so I went back to those videos. I looked at them. I said, okay, what can I do different here? What can I change? This one's only got 100K views. This got 50K. This got 10K. And I know these are viral videos. What can I do? I went back, looked at them, reworked them, saw what parts of the video were the most important. How can I get people to watch those parts? And all 3 of those videos are either over 1 million or going to 1 million right now. Like I have a video right now that's a viral. I think it's at like 600, 700K that I posted like 2 days ago. And this is videos that I've posted during the year that did not go viral.
Oh my God. You're over here like, I only have 50,000. I only have 70,000. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Hey, sometimes I get 5,000.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We are going to definitely get this right, because that was one of the things, I always love a challenge, and I want to help you reach your 100,000, million, 2 million, or whatever the case may be. And sometimes what it means is for us to be able to collaborate, connect, and push each other out there. One of the things I did do with the dancing truck driver, everybody knows the dancing truck driver, right? So I line up, because 2 things: the dancing truck driver is every bit of 6'8", but also Chubb Rock is one of my friends. So Treat 'Em Right has always been one of my favorite songs. So I said, you know what? I'm going to do my dance routine with the truck driver, send it over to him, and then I also sent it over to Chubb Rock as well. And lo and behold, not only did that get almost like 2,000, I was happy with that. I got 2,000 views.
That's good.
It helped me to also build up more momentum. I have more people now that have the blue verified icon. Now they're following me as well. And I'm going to say this. I have an authentic followers group on Instagram. I didn't have to buy my followers or anything like that. And I'm grateful for it, No, I'm not at my 10,000, but I'm at 8,500. So with some of these techniques and some of these ways of just being able to tweak some more things, I don't put out videos all the time, but I do like putting out the reels, and I do get a lot of more people. You can see the connection when you start putting those reels out, because it's like you may not get as many likes, but now you start seeing 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 views. It's like, where are these people coming from? So if nothing else, they're definitely watching it. And I know you, and I'm sure Instagram, Facebook, well, definitely TikTok, they absolutely love you, because that's also, I'm sure, an affiliate marketing program that you're with them as well. Would you agree? Yes. Well, you are a content creator, and congratulations on your TEDx talk. I know you slayed it. So tell us what the topic was, as we're wrapping up this interview with you, because we're going to take this interview off of the app and we're going to go live with our very own Mr. Wally Green. We're going to go into the deeper side right there on our Zoom. So share with us, what was your subject matter with your TEDx? And congratulations again, my friend.
Thank you. So the TEDx talk was interesting because this was actually the 3rd time that I got asked. I got asked twice and I turned it down because I I wasn't into public speaking. I wasn't into giving speeches. You know, I like conversations like this. You know, you ask me a question, I give you an answer, we conversate, we come, you know, and that's kind of stuff I like. But they hit me with one that I couldn't refuse. And anything that has to do with kids and helping kids, I'm always down for. And so they say, hey, you know, we have a really great TEDx talk that you might be interested in. It's about perseverance. And the title was called Behind the Facade. And it's geared towards kids. So I was like, definitely 100%. And you know, it was my first public speaking gig ever was my TEDx talk, which is crazy. And in the beginning, like when I first heard, you know, when I first said yes, I say yes to a lot of things, and then I go back and say, oh my God, what did you just do? But I was really kind of nervous about it. But then I said, you know what, man, you know, you've told your story a million times, and you know, you shouldn't be nervous. Just go and do it. And so I had an interview with them, told them my story. They made me add the North Korean part in it, and I was like, all right, so I'll do that too. And I just went on stage, and I think for me, it was I didn't try. I did not try to be perfect. I did not try to be someone I wasn't. Like I wasn't trying to go be super proper and super, you know. No, I went on the stage and I was myself, and it showed in my tone, it showed in my voice, it showed in my hand gestures, and that's how I was able to pull off that TEDx talk. It's just truly being authentic and truly being myself.
I think a lot of people have so much to learn from you because when you realize the importance of us utilizing our authentic self, we don't ever have to worry about now what did I do last time or how did I reinvent myself? Just stay true to yourself. And that's what you did. You've been true to yourself throughout this entire journey, whether you knew what you were doing, whether you didn't know what you were doing, but you stayed true to yourself. And that's really powerful to say. And I hope others can hear that message as well, guys. Authentication, stay authentic. Please stay authentic because if you're gonna, you know, I always say if you show up as a representative, then you're gonna have to try to keep up with who's your next representative every other day. But when you show up as yourself, that's it. That's all you can do. Just keep on showing up as yourself and keep challenging yourself. And that's what I hear from you. You kept challenging yourself. Your story is truly impressive. It's remarkable. And we're so grateful for your journey that you keep on going. What does 2023 looks like for you? Please let us know.
Oh man,
Come on,
I'm
talk
I'm so
about it.
ready for 2023. Like you know, I always like to look at the year and reflect on all the things that I accomplished this year. And this year has been, I think this year has been one of my best years. I mean, this year I had a 2-page New York Times article, you know, in print, like 2 full pages of just me. And that was huge. I did my TEDx talk this year. I did the huge event in Miami with Prada. I did my first huge paid speaking gig, and I just got another one today, which is unbelievable. And you know, so I accomplished a lot of huge things this year, and now I look at all the accomplishments. Like I write them down. I actually write. I have a list of stuff and I like to look at them. And I look at them. It's coming towards the end of the year, and I say, okay, 2023. How can I do better next year? How can I make next year better than this year? And it's going to be really difficult to do that. But I have 2 things which I think is going to make next year better. And that's my book titled From the Pistol to the Paddle, and then my documentary, My North Korean Ping Pong Diplomacy. So I plan to finish those in 2023. That's my goal, and I think that's the only thing that's gonna top this year.
And also now you're with Renee Noor.
That's
Woo!
exactly.
With the
Let's
GW3
go.
Warriors. Let's go.
Let's go.
Definitely, that's going to top it. I'm so proud of you. Oh my goodness, I'm proud of you. And yes, we're going to be one of your cheerleaders as well, Wally. You know, it's just an inspiration just having our conversation with you. And I'm looking forward to how we're going to be able to grow these TikToks because, you know, it's
Yes.
so funny. I'm gonna if you go to my page, I probably have about 3 or 4 TikToks, and that's all I've ever done. 3 or 4 of them. So I'm looking forward to learning, expanding, and I'm gonna definitely connect you with my beautiful daughter. She's now working alongside with Lisa Nicole Cloud, which you're gonna get an opportunity of meeting right there in New York City. And my goodness, she's helping her with her social media marketing. I'm like, oh, this is perfect. So I'm going to connect you two together as well as many of our warriors as possible. And I want you to let everybody know it's not about an age, right? It's
No.
not about an age at all.
Listen, I listen. It is. Let me tell you something.
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you something. Some of the older people, and when I say older, I
Wiser. Let's
mean
say wiser.
like senior level
Yes.
ages,
Okay.
are killing it.
Yes.
Are the other day. So we used to do these TikTok master classes on Clubhouse. We used to do every
Okay.
Sunday, 9 or 10 p.m. We did it every Sunday. We had hundreds of people in the room, and people would come in and ask questions. And me and a bunch of other TikTokers would give out answers according to our experiences. And there was a lady that used to come in here, right? And she was always happy and very exciting, and right. And
Who
I
are you
think
talking
she's got to
about?
be like about 50 or 60. I'm not sure. But definitely, some people would say, "Oh, you're too old to start TikTok." Let me tell you something. She came into the room every week that we did it. If we had another room, she was there picking up all this knowledge. You know how many followers she has? You won't even believe it. 500,000.
What?
Five in listen.
In a year?
500K in the period of I think 1 year.
Oh, I used to.
500K. And what she does is she's herself.
Yeah.
And she's very funny and very laughing, and
Uh
her
huh.
videos are all about just making people laugh. And like my stuff is very niched, right?
Okay.
So my account grows, but it's not going to grow at that rate, right? Because mine is very niche. But when you have a niche that's laughter is worldwide. It doesn't matter what country sees your video,
Uh
it's
huh.
funny. And
Yeah.
that's how she grew.
Does it? You
500K,
know.
unbelievable. Yeah.
When you think about what you just said, like of course the artist, what day is it? It's Friday. It's Friday then. There's something, like with him, look how he has grown. And then
Yeah.
also there's this other guy who doesn't even say anything. He says absolutely nothing. But what he does, he make you think and laugh and oh my goodness, yeah, because he does like different comparisons in regard to why do people have to think so hard for things? And he always
Oh,
goes,
you're talking about the guy that goes like this?
yes, him. Oh my God, he
Listen,
killed it.
genius,
Yes. And he's from
genius.
Africa. He can't even speak English.
Nope,
All of a sudden, he's now with Snoop Doggy Dogg. He's with everybody now.
everywhere.
Yes. And I think that's how the dancing truck driver got his start. He comes out with R&B music and he does the same old routine over and over again. And then when he's out, no matter where he is on the side of the street, he's doing his routine and everybody knows his routine and everybody join with him. And I did his little routine also. And
Yeah.
next thing you know, he reposted me doing his routine. I was like, cool. That's
Yeah.
what's up. So I'm looking forward to us having some fun together. Yeah, let's do it. Let's challenge ourselves. Okay, so you want to get to 100,000. That's 15,000 more followers on your TikTok. I don't even know how many followers I have on my TikTok. I just want to get to at least 5,000. How about that? I'm gonna give myself 5,000
Let's
followers
go.
by the end of the year. Let's do that. Let's make that happen. And then with all of those who are with us with the GW3 Warriors, you're gonna give yourself a goal as well. We're gonna max this opportunity for us to go ahead on and do some great things together. We're gonna collaborate. TikTok, here we come, guys. Here we come. So at this point in time, we're going to be wrapping up this interview with the man himself, Mr. Wally Green. Thank you so much, Wally. Please let everybody know how they can get in contact with you. And then we're going to do our deep dive. We're going to take it off of the app onto our Zoom call with our GW3 Society. Take it away, Wally. Let everybody know.
Thank you for having me. Really appreciate this. This is super fun as usual. And people can reach me on Instagram, Wally Green NYC. That's my Instagram page, Wally Green NYC. So the best way to reach me.
And just that simple, guys, just that simple. But again, if you want to join our challenge, if you're not on TikTok, let's get you on TikTok. Let's see how we can help you build your momentum, your followers. And notice what he said. You got to be yourself, guys. Just be yourself and have fun with it as well. So I'm looking forward to that. My daughter and I, we get together. We do some fun things together. But, people always see us like posing together because we're models. We're going to do something that's totally the opposite. And I'm going to need your help with that to let you, to make sure it's okay. But we're going to have fun with this. I'm looking forward to the opportunity. Well, guys, thank you all for joining the GW3 Global Society for today. It's been an honor as well as a privilege of being with the man himself, Mr. Wally Green, right there in New York City. We're going to continue on with having more fun right off the app. So truly, if you haven't become one of the Global Society members, we encourage you to do so. And we'll see you at on the other side of your greatness. And tell them, keep your head up and your shoulders back. It's time to go blaze the universe because the world needs another game changer. And that game changer is you. Bye for now.
Wakanda forever!